Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Hero, and this is Langrisser Mobile Apex Season 11. Okay, it's been an exhausting week. Between work, there was also the new content, which was Ragnarok of the Realms, which is an opportunity to upgrade your covenants even further, which does have an influence on PvP. In PvP, you cannot summon covenants, but you do get all the stat benefits and enchants. Oh yeah, there's enchants now, so they added RNG to covenants. With what experience I've had with it, it's not as bad as scroll enchants. To be honest, the amount of stuff you get from the enchants alone is not that significant, to be honest. I guess the best way to describe Ragnarok the Realms is it's essentially like Ancient Beckoning, but instead of like drip feeding each of the bosses every like 6 days or whatever it is, you have all 4 of them immediately. And if you want to get all the benefits, you kind of have to do them here and now. So I did them here and now, and it took quite a while. For those who are trying to look for certain builds for Ragnarok the Realms that are not the standard meta, like such as using Emmerich for the for stage 1 and Bernhardt for stage 4, or Juggler or whatever. Billy is a site that seems to have a decent amount of Chinese players that have uploaded their videos. Though to be honest, all the videos I've seen are pretty sloppy. They're essentially learning as they go, and so they just happen to upload the one that was successful, which tends to be a bit rough of a viewing experience. Even Shizuka's videos are usually he's even mentioned in his descriptions that he's used clocks and stuff, so it's all pretty sloppy. But I was able to do it and use all female units, so I was pretty happy about that. But it took a while, and I'm pretty exhausted. Anyway, about the match we're doing. I literally did this match. I had woken up like literally an hour beforehand, maybe a little before, maybe a little less than that. But I'm in a bit of a hurry, so I was trying to get my match done for the weekend, so I can go and take care of other errands. Any case, we got Rodham here, so we got to deal with that. It's essentially an assassin box. There's not really much else to say. There's a little bit of AoE with Autocrato here, but it's all assassins here. They have 3 tanks, and I thought they had 3 healers, but they actually had 4 healers. I forgot about. I missed one of them when I was looking around. So yeah, 4 healers, 3 tanks, a handful of assassins, and then a couple of essentially only one caster. Iron Blood, of course, is there, so it's a bit for the additional mobility. I went ahead and banned Wedham first. They start immediately going after my assassins, so that kind of gave me a hint that my opponent was probably going to grab a tank. So I went ahead and banned one of their tanks to kind of force them to pick a tank. I went ahead and took Risen Seal. My opponent took care of Iron Blood and Lucretia, which was actually pretty significant because both of them were my primary source of mass attack. They went with Landius, and this one was a Spear Landius, which I didn't realize. In fact, I didn't realize even during the match. So, went ahead and banned. So at this point, I was like, oh, they only have 3 healers, so I'll just ban one of the healers, which I didn't realize that I had made that mistake. So I also got rid of Lucretia because I didn't want to deal with the self-resing nonsense. Oh yeah, I have young Jessica now, so I went ahead and grabbed her, and she can provide an attack and a teleport. They start banning more of my assassins. I mean, my box is majority assassins at this point. They take, Werner there? Oh, so at this point, I ran out of time, so I actually did not ban anything this round. Like I said, I was pretty tired. Just like I am right now. Alright, so I went ahead and grabbed Zerida. It's been a while since I've even used her. Grab some of my long legs, that's fine. They take Iron Blood. So at this point I was just like, whatever, they're gonna grab a healer, so I went and got rid of the remaining DPS. And I take Silvaria. So last time I had to deal with Warner with Silvaria, I ended up killing myself in the process because of that stupid counter thing he has, or pause stance he has. So I'm pretty concerned about that. My opponent left me with Narm and Sissy White. They take Resident CL, which is not a big deal. So for this, I took Sissy White just to have an act again, essentially, and it's an extra body. All right, so yeah, Spear Landius with Guardian Infantry. So there's something I didn't realize is Yila's faction is actually Epsilon's faction as well as Iron Blood Commanders. So I make a few mistakes because I didn't realize I was getting so many faction buffs around. I mean, there's not really much I could have done about it. Ferner, nothing too special. Iron Blood, yeah, it's nothing too out of the ordinary. Rosenseal went full healing, which is not really that useful. And Epsilon did not bring a faction buff because he's covered by Landius. As for us, I think everyone's good to go. My gear got kind of shuffled around because of Ragnarok of the Realms, because I had to gear up. Even though I have all my female characters geared up, some of them are not as geared up as others, and some of them actually needed the extra HP to deal with the mass AoEs that bosses did. So, but I think everyone's good to go. So, in any case, I guess significant things. Light of Genesis, I took Strength in, and then Zerda, I did not bring a faction buff because I can just get the buff from Light of Genesis. Savaria, I went ahead and brought Order of the Guardian just in case. The only time I've ever used Order of the Guardian with Savaria is in phases of like World Arena. But there's not really, if I'm going to be sniping, I'm going to be using our 3C. There's almost no reason for me not to use our 3C. Even in closer range where the damage gets reduced, most cases you're better off just using the snipe anyway. And then for Sissy White, I took out her area heal and brought Inspire for just a little extra mobility if necessary. So Blade of Resolve in place, which kind of was not something I expected. So one thing to note is his stances do provide +1 movement and +2 range, or +2 skill range. The +1 movement that he gets from his stance does stack with Iron Blood's buff, or formation buff. So I was originally counting spaces based off him getting just +1 from Iron Blood, because I thought it was just going to overlap. But it actually makes it a total of +3, so he would have 7 movement, and then essentially 4 range with his Rending Blow. So with that in mind, he would be able to go to here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and already snipe from there. In fact, he could go... Okay, he's just short of actually shooting across the gap here. So yeah. I went ahead and got in snipe position. I'm actually out of range right now. I think I'm about 2 spaces short of actually shooting at Warner. Now, something to note about Riposte stance, it only works if he's away from everyone else. So right now, if he was in Riposte stance, it actually doesn't do anything. So yeah, you can see the coverage is just expanded. It's going to get even bigger once the faction buff comes up. But yeah, here's his range with Warner. So yeah, his 2 range skill would go to here, and then the stance would bring it to there. And now, yeah, so I went and got set up here. I was trying to see if I can bait the Epsilon, but I did make a mistake here, unfortunately. So the faction buff comes in. Alright, so with that, he is actually... Wait, is he in range already? Yeah, he's in range already. What the hell? So yeah, I thought he was gonna get... I thought Epsilon... Like, I didn't actually check Epsilon skills when I did this match. So I thought he was just gonna move up in faction buff like all of them do. But in this case, he's already set up and ready to go. Which makes this match even more confusing. Because I just recently did this match, so it's fresh on my mind. But yeah, at this point, my Zerda should be dead. So I summon a Lancer. So the original idea was like, alright, I'll have a Lancer, maybe try to bait the Epsilon closer, or something. But this Lancer is practically worthless. It's not going to do anything, because literally Epsilon can bypass the guard. But instead it opted to kill Tim here. Bye, Tim. Alright. So yeah, I was pretty confused here. He could have killed Zerda. In fact, he could have killed Sissy White if he wanted to. So yeah, he's shielded up. He got his kill. He's got a stack. He can literally kill just about anyone at this point. And then he moves up and doesn't move. That's it. He just moves up. So there's only two things I can think of why he did this. One, he moved up and then like a cat jumped on the keyboard and hit end turn before he can actually do anything. Or he moved up thinking stealth would save him, not forgetting that Silvaria's talent was going to trigger, which he was just within range of. But there's literally no reason for him not. He should have just went for kill. Like literally, that's all he needed to do. I would have had to devote 2 characters to kill him, because I would have to break the shield first and all that good stuff. So yeah, I don't know what the plan was here. So I did a normal attack. I don't have any attack buff or anything. I was just breaking the shield. Alright, Langrisser is moving up. So, Lehen finished him off. Lehen just stayed in place. Alright, so he moved up. So at this point I'm super concerned. So he is in range to attack. Yeah, so yeah, let's see. Riposte stance. After being attacked and taking damage, yeah. He'll be able to ignore guard afterwards. Okay. That doesn't matter, I don't have any guard up. So yeah, he is... As long as he's with... there's no friendly units within 2 blocks, which are currently are not, he would actually be able to counterattack even at this extreme range. But he is 10 spaces away from Silvaria right now. So it's either my opponent is being cheeky and wants to bait out my snipe and kill my Silvaria, or he thinks I'm 9 range. In which case he's right now in offense stance, which means he's completely open to being sniped. So, the answer... is, yeah, he didn't know I was 10 range. And that's the match. So yeah, pretty quick. I honestly did not deserve to win this. Between the ban pick, where I literally lost a ban phase, and then the fact that I literally did not read any of my opponent's skills, nor realize my opponent's Epsilon had a faction buff. Like that Epsilon should have killed 2 characters. Actually, that Epsilon alone probably would have soloed at that point, because every kill it would have gotten a shield. Because it would have killed on round 1, got the shield. It would have gone. At best I could have maybe broke the shield, and then it would have been his turn again. He would have killed another unit, got the shield back up, and then at that point it would have just been a mess. So yeah, he would have been able to kill at least two units, and I would have had to devote everything to try to kill his. And while that's happening, Warner would have been able to close in and kill me. But instead he threw super hard, killed a summon instead of killing Zerda, or I think it was either Zerda or the summon. He killed the summon instead. Literally, the summon literally could not do anything. All of Epsilon's attacks bypass guard. The only person that would have had been slightly concerned about it would have been Werner, and that's if I had walked into his riposte stance, because that would have given him his guard ignore. Actually, I think his attack stance does give guard ignore. I don't remember. In any case, yeah, that was match. I mean, literally all this damage here was on a summon. So, it is what it is. Alright, so yeah, not much to go over here. This was my 10th battle, so I did get my rewards. It was for the Lewin skin, and then I got the Gargoyle skin. 60% win rate. Just to kind of go over it real quick for those who care about Ragnarok of the Realms. Here's how I won. So I went mostly based off certain people's videos, and then I kind of adapted it to mine. Though in some cases, certain battles where I kind of overshot it a little bit. Like, for example, this one has the 4 healers. I could have probably dropped Chloe at the very least. I did end up using quite a bit of healing because this one requires Imric if you want to do any cheese strats, and I was not going to use Imric. So I had to kind of tank everything. And then stage 2, stage 3. Also, the only covenant that was actually like max level is Thor. Frigg and Heimdall, or whatever his name is. Yeah, Heimdall. I think we're like early 60s, and then Baldur was like high 50s. I ended up dumping all my spare like XP items on Baldur just to kind of get him caught up a bit. A lot of the battles, like once you understand the mechanics, it's not as bad, but the process of learning the battles, while also finding a proper formation for it, eats up a lot of time. Also, and it was pretty brutal. It wouldn't have been so bad if it like drep fed this, like kind of like how Ancient Beckoning does it, where it's like, you know, every 6 days there's a new map unlocked or something along those lines. But yeah, unloading them all at once, and then of course Apex being around, it was just really messy, because if you don't do them, you'll miss out. And while the enchants are not super significant, the new Covenant tiles, which use a different currency, do add up like another, what was it? I can look at that real quick, but yeah, it adds additional stats, and those were actually significant. And then yeah, here's level 4, by the way. Level 4 took me absolutely forever. The video I watched was kind of strange, to say the least. And then of course I didn't have Bernhardt, so I had a lot less fixed damage. But yeah, it was a weird battle, and a lot of them I was like on the knife's edge of whether or not I was gonna make it or not. Anyway, I was expecting the 4th one to be the easiest because my Thor's maxed out, but that was not the case. But yeah, with these additional tiles here, yeah, they add 50. Yeah, not doing Ragnarok of the Realms, you could potentially miss out on 15 intelligence and 15 attack, and then another 160 health. And then of course there's defenses as well that can be buffed up as well. But yeah, unfortunately this is pretty much all I got from it. And then there's of course the enchant system, which the most you can get for attack from this thing is 10. And then this one has a max out at 10 intelligence. And then here it's got some random effects, which honestly are not that useful to me. AoE damage is not something I do. Crit's helpful, but that's about it. And then there's some fixed damage stuff, which doesn't really matter to me. Anyway, I just wanted to go ahead and show that off since I had the spare time, since the match was pretty short. I am Theater Prestige. This was Langrisser Mobile Apex Season 11. See you guys later.